morning.
Good morning and welcome to this week's instalment.
Yeah, we are in Turkey. It was our first flight last night and it was super peaceful.
We'll show you the quick 360 we did at the end of last week's episode, just so you can see where we are, but it was bliss. There's no one around. Amazing views. Yeah, very, very peaceful.
Yeah. So today
we're going to Ani.
Yes.
The old Armenian citadel.
Yeah.
So come and join us. Let's hit the road.
Let's go. Okay, so it is on 100 Turkish lira each.
Yeah.
As of July 2023.
Yeah, it was 60, wasn't it? I think it was 60 in May. I think with the cost of inflation going up, they just put ticket prices up. Plus, it's tourist season now as well. Generally, prices in Turkey, two different prices: one for off-season and one for on-season. So
one for locals, one for tourists. So, but saying that, 100 gel is like £3. So
we're not in Georgia.
not gel, lira.
Yeah, so 100 Turkish lira is around £3 at the moment. So.
Yeah. So it's like £6 for both of us to get in, which is not expensive, not even slightly. So let's go inside. There's a 50 lira underneath that sticker. The medieval city of Ani combines residential, religious and military structures, characteristic of a medieval urbanism built up over the centuries by both Christian and then Muslim dynasties. The city flourished in the 10th and 11th centuries when it became the capital of the medieval Armenian kingdom and profited from control of one of the branches of the Silk Road. It maintained this status as an important crossroads for merchant caravans. The Mongol invasion and devastating earthquake in 1319 marked the beginning of the city's decline. That was super interesting. It was really nice to visit. I feel a bit like we completed our visit to Armenia by visiting this place today. So yeah, it was good, it was cool. A couple of the things we wanted to see are heavily under construction, so we couldn't go inside.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so the main cathedral was blocked off. You couldn't go in there, which was sad, but it's restoration work, which is good. So future people will get to see it in a better state.
Yeah. onwards. There is a road we need to take today. It's like this far on the map for the new road, or all the way around for the road that Google knows. So we're gonna give it a try. This is like
it's a really odd route, right? So if I put a pin to the location we want to go to, it'll take me all the way back to Cars and then around, which is probably an extra 100k. Whereas there's a 30k route which goes just around the back here. It's a brand new road. But if I put a pin to the end of the road, it'll take me from here along that road. It's really, really odd. I don't get Google. I don't know what's going on with Google Maps lately. But anyway.
I mean, Google Maps is better back in Turkey than it was in Georgia. She's not just like making her own mind up where we're going to go today. So yeah. Good morning. So another peaceful night last night, despite being literally next to the road. It was dead around here last night. We didn't sleep very well. It was hot. But today we are going to the Genocide Museum, which will be really interesting after seeing the museum in Armenia and then seeing how Turkey tell the story as well. So it'll be really interesting to learn more about that.
Yes, I'm very intrigued actually and interested to see what it's all about.
Yeah, and then we're going to be heading on to the palace and maybe meeting up with a couple of other overlanders.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And if anybody wants to break into our truck, feel free, because Kerry doesn't lock her door. Right.
All right then. Okay, so whereas the Genocide Museum in Armenia was quite an emotional experience, I'd say that this memorial to all the Turkish people who passed during the conflict with Armenia, it's a bit more of a political statement. There's a statement as you go in on the left-hand side, and there are some stories from local people in the villages that are very, very emotionally connected. However, both sides have their story. There are atrocities and massacres on both sides, so it's go on.
There is an interesting thing, right? So it's labelled on the internet as a genocide museum for the Turkish who passed away, like Kerry just said. But inside, there's no word of genocide. It's all massacre. which is odd because genocide means one thing, massacre means another. So genocide would be like an ethnic cleansing, for example. So it's really odd, and it's just the feel. It doesn't feel like Kerry said. Yeah, I can't explain it. It's a really weird feeling. It's a really weird
It doesn't
feeling.
feel like it doesn't. Yeah, it feels like a political statement. It feels like the people who have funded it are making a big statement to the Armenians, because if you read up on it, the Turkish will not recognise what happened in Armenia as a genocide, which is very interesting that they now call this a genocide museum.
But inside is not. But inside they don't mention the word genocide, it's massacre.
Technical terms, because obviously they come with different connotations, they come with different, what's the word, repercussions, but interesting nonetheless. It's kind of worth a quick pop your head in. There isn't actually much in there, but yeah, like I said, this morning it was interesting to come and see it, so you can kind of get a fuller picture. Yeah, anyway, onwards now to the Ishak Pasha Palace, which is easier to say than I thought it was going to be.
Trying to get through town. Main road was closed, no diversion. Everybody trying to go down the same street. It was a one-way street. But we got through, and we didn't hit anything. Maybe one cone, I think, we might have ran over because of a man on a bicycle. But
Hey friends! It's the Overlanding guys. We had a brew, we had some biscuits. They've gone up the hill, up there somewhere. We're gonna go and see the palace, and then we're gonna go and find them. We might spend the night. And it's starting to rain. Ishak Pasha Palace on the Silk Route near the Iranian border is situated on a high and vast platform of strategic importance. The complex hosts 116 rooms, including a wide range of Ottoman beauties, including the exterior facades, courts and the mosque. There's also an area reserved for men and a separate area reserved for women and forbidden to men. The palace complex also includes a kitchen, a Turkish bath, dungeons, a mausoleum, and a hall for ceremonies and entertainment. It was abandoned following an earthquake in 1840, but extensive restoration has been undertaken more recently to preserve the historical structure. Craig doing a bit of litter picking because, you know, picnics in Turkey result in a lot of rubbish. Good morning! Last night, super peaceful. I'm woken up at 5:30 by a shepherd. There are worse things to be woken up by. Today, we're going to head on towards the Meteor Crater and maybe a couple of other things. Don't know. We had a lovely evening with those Overlanding guys. It was just really nice to spend some time chatting, catching up. You follow all these people online and it's like, you feel like you already know them when you meet them. It was just really lovely. So, hope to bump into them one day in the future again. Otherwise, we're going to hit the road. We're not far away from our next spot, but we're going to take, there is a shortcut, but I think I'd rather take the longer way around just because the shortcut just looks like a little bit harder work, and I'm not in the mood for harder work today. I'm in the mood for a nice, easy, nice drive kind of morning, to be honest. So we're going to go the slightly longer way around. It's still not that long, to be honest, but we are. Okay, just got stopped by some very friendly military. You can't go to the Meteor Crater because it's a military zone at the moment. So yeah, not going there now. We're going to head off. Where are we going next?
Noah's Ark Farm. To be honest with you, the guy was really nice. He actually phoned his lieutenant to ask if we could actually go in before he asked him on the phone.
Really?
Yeah. But he said no. So it was very nice of him to ask. Yeah, they just turned us around. I mean, Iran is literally...
Let me show you around. There is Iran. So yeah. Whether you believe in the stories or not, or whether you have faith or not, it's still quite a cool story. You can kind of make out the shape. Where's another drive up here?
It's an interesting story. It's been debunked now, but they did do some carbon dating, and it is petrified timber. And they found loads of metal objects around there, etc. So it is something.
So it is possibly a ship. It's just been debunked that it's Noah's Ark.
But also this was underwater. And there is a theory of a meteor that hit some 20,000 years ago that wiped out most civilizations. So all this would have been underwater anyway, the big tidal wave. So yeah, very interesting. I'm glad we came to see this.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Inundated with a swarm of flies this morning. Not sure what they are. They're like little baby mosquitoes.
Good morning. So it was a very peaceful night last night. It's a little bit warm and it's getting hotter every day.
Yeah.
But before we head on today to a lovely air-conditioned Migros, we're going to go for a stroll on the little beach down there because there's no one else here yet. It's lovely and quiet. So we're just going to enjoy that before we hit the road.
Our plan is over the next couple of days, we're going to slow down a little bit because we're burning through money, because obviously the mileage we're doing is massive. So we'll pop it into van, diesel, a little bit of grocery shopping, don't need a lot, just a few essentials. And then we're going to do a couple of nights around Lake Van, and then we're going to Nemrut Crater. We're going to spend a couple of nights there, and from there we're going to then head to somewhere, but we'll let you know near the time. I can't remember.
Yeah, you know, you've got to have a reason to keep watching as well. You can't give away all our plans. Come to the beach with us. Okay, back so soon. So we already plan, so we're heading back to Cyprus soon, and we already plan to pick up our litter picking again. We've been like in Georgia and Armenia, there was a little bit of litter, but not very much. And I think we've forgotten how bad it is in Turkey. So whereas in Cyprus, the majority of the waste is ocean waste. Not so much the people, there is a little bit of recycling, but not so much. However, in Turkey, unfortunately, you will witness, especially in the picnic areas or the nice spots, it is the people. You could be cleaning up all day around the people. You wake up in the morning and everyone who was having a picnic the night before has left their waste. It's everywhere. It's really bad. They don't pick it up. I don't know where they think it's going when they come back in a few months and it's gone, and someone like us, or you know, maybe the local municipality has arranged a clean up. But this is where the education needs to come in and the behaviour needs to change. So yeah, something we're going to look into. Obviously, it's a lot bigger than us, this problem, but you've got to do what you can do. Because the alternative is do nothing. And well, that's not good enough, is it? Pants, a nappy, bottles. And this is human waste. This is not, you know, this isn't ship waste. This is
this isn't stuff that's been dumped into the lake and it's washed up. This is people who have come here, enjoyed the beach, and then left all their crap here.
Takes the sound out of that for the girly scream I just did. There are some big fucking spiders! Sorry, language. Really big spiders here. Oh. Tonight's park up comes with its very own gendarme checkpoint.
Passport check.
And chai.
Chai first, sort problems later.
No problems, of course. How did we stay here 2 nights? 2 nights here, I think. Although we get to see the park up, so.
There's actually a little monastery up on top of the hill somewhere.
Oh, cool. I mean, it's way too hot, but yeah. Okay, some chai. Good morning. So it is early, but we've decided to get up and go for a little hike before it gets too warm today. There's a little church up in the hills somewhere, so we're going to go find out.
So having a look round, can't really go in because it's very, very unstable. Not a lot left holding that up. However, oddly, all the deep-rooted trees have massive deep holes dug next to them. On the side of the building, where the catch goes up, we're removing them all. And also there's holes, deep holes that have been dug inside. Now, I think they're looking for something. Like they think that something's been left behind in there, or they buried something before they've left. Because back in the olden days, they used to bury stuff next to trees because it was easy to locate and easy to find.
We didn't beat the heat. It's still really hot, but
It's 8 o'clock and it's probably 25 to 30.
yeah. But it's worth the hike. It's very cool. Although we did watch a film the other night, kind of western, bit Hills of Eyes. What's it called?
Tomahawk.
And I'm getting those kind of vibes. Well, I think we head back down.
And it is bear country. Let's go. Wow, 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 wow.
Good morning. It has been a lovely 3 nights here. Peaceful, restful, lots of big chats about what the future might hold for us. It's been nice, but today it's time to move on to a spot with 0 signal. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to being offline. I've let all my clients know I'll be offline for 2 days. It's going to be nice. So yeah, let's go. Police stops, and we had a quick look in the back, checked our passports briefly, and set us on our way. As a result of Mount Nemrut's volcanic eruptions, 5 crater lakes now grace the mountain's landscape. Nemrut Crater Lake's average depth is 100 metres, and the area surrounding the lake reaches as high as 4 metres. Morning everyone! So yesterday we went for a walk, we followed this track down, put in some footage now. However, it looks like there's someone living down there, so we didn't take the truck. There's a lot of rubbish and stuff down there because there's someone actively living down there. So we're skipping that bit today. We're going to take a walk up this track instead and try and get a bit of a view for you. No bear paws, he said yesterday. No bear prints. That's a bear print. I've got small hands, but that's pretty big. So we were going to go for a walk up the path up there, but on our way up we spotted some pretty big bear prints, and it was either a very big dog or a wolf or something like that. So we don't fancy an encounter with a bear or a wolf today, so we're going to get in the truck and we're going to go for a drive around the park instead.
Yeah, it's a big bear. It's a very, very big bear, and I think there's more than one of them as well, so it might be an adult with a smaller cub. But what we don't want to do is the wind, we're upwind of them, so if we were to walk around the corner and they were there, they probably wouldn't smell us,
yeah.
So they wouldn't run away, because generally they would just scatter anyway, unless you are a threat to them.
Yeah.
But those dog prints, they're not dog prints, they're wolf prints, they're massive, and one of them is bigger than my hand. So I think we're going to give the walk a miss. We're going to have breakfast.
Yep.
And then go for a drive and have a drive around.
Yeah. The top of the crater is 46 kilometres wide, while the bottom measures 36 kilometres. Sitting at an elevation of 2,800 metres and covering an area of over 13 kilometres, the lake actually consists of 5 cold and extremely hot smaller lakes. Okay. I think we'll leave you there for this one.
Yep, I think it's been long enough as it is, this episode.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's been a wonderful few days back in Turkey. We're very glad to be back.
Yep.
The rubbish problem is major, even here in these beauty spots. It's really bad.
It's terrible, really.
So there's some thinking to be done around how we might impact a little bit of change there.
Yeah. So we're going to spend one more night here anyway, and then move on tomorrow. We're heading towards Gaziantep.
Yes, we are.
Some very, very, very important archaeological sites coming up.
Yeah.
So keep watching.
Yeah. Until then.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
What she said.
Thank you to our patrons.
Yes, thank you very much. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you don't subscribe, create an account and subscribe.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.